Here we have the outside of the Auto Sleeper Symbol Plus. As we move along, we will firstly come to the Lpg Filler Point. To use this, push, twist, and the dust cover will pop out. Our UK fillers slide over this part here. They then twist round and we pull a lever towards us to lock it onto the side of the van, and then it is just a matter of holding a button down to put the gas into the gas tank. You can either hold the button down until it clicks off, exactly the same as a petrol pump, or you can, as normal, put in as many litres as you want. It is then just a matter of releasing the lever, twisting, and then removing. The internal bezel just here is to take the continental adapters. To view how much gas is actually in the tank, we just need to come to the driver's side and you'll see the little gauge here. This can only be viewed when the engine is actually running, and you will get a series of lights starting with a red dot just here, and then depending on how much gas is in that tank, a series of green dots. The gas tank itself has an emergency shut-off point which is located underneath the van just here. All you need to do is pull the lever just here to remove the front faceplate, and then beneath there you will find a brass knob which looks exactly the same as what you would find on a propane gas bottle, and you can turn the gas off there. This is sometimes required if you are going on ferries or the Eurostar. Next we have water into the van. We can either use this filler point just here, and that is just literally pop in an ordinary hose to fill up the fresh water tank, or we can use the whale filler point just here. The van comes with the whale hose itself. These particular hoses are very handy, especially if you are on a fully serviced pitch with your own water supply, because you can literally attach it to the van like so, and then hose lock on the other end, literally attach it to your tap, turn the water on, and then you can, if you want to, just leave it exactly like that, and then as you use water it will constantly replenish the tank. You do need to make sure that the 12 volt is on inside, as there is a solenoid behind there that allows the water into the van. To remove, slide up and then squeeze the two blue buttons in. Next we have external TV and satellite points, and you'll also find a 12 volt point there as well. We then have the two fridge vents. As this is a fully winterized van, you do get winter covers which you can put on if you are using the van in extremely cold climate. They literally just hook on at the bottom and then clip on, and then the fridge will only vent from the lower point just here. We do not want these on in warm climate, or otherwise the fridge will overheat and not run. Directly beneath that we have the fresh water drain and the grey water drain, and tucked at the back here we have the flue for the boiler and the space heater. We do not need to do anything with these, just make sure that nothing is obstructing them. Right in the corner here you will find a valve, and this valve here will top up the air in the spare wheel if required, and then the spare wheel is just located just here. As we come to the back of the van, we have the reverse camera just there. And if we open up the rear doors, you'll see the roll-out canopy winding handle, and then we have the access point to the whale boiler itself. To drain the whale boiler down for winterization, all we need to do is make sure the water pump is turned off, and then come to this yellow lever here, and then we twist it. And as you will see, if I now go underneath the van, you'll see the boiler draining down. To refill it, close it back as it is now, fill up your fresh water tank and turn the water pump on. You'll also find the gas isolation tap for the hot water system just here. And then next to it we have the rest of the gas isolation taps for appliances in the van. So we have hob and cooker, heating, and the fridge, exactly the same as the one for the boiler. They're all in the on position and can stay like that. If you did smell gas in the van, I always suggest that you actually go to the source and you actually go underneath the van and isolate the gas tank itself. Next we have the cassette toilet. To remove the cassette, just lift up on the blue lever and pull towards you. Before use, we want to add our toilet chemical with a little bit of water just at this point here. The cassette also empties from this point as well. Just remember that when you are pouring away, you also hold this blue button in at the same time to release the vacuum inside. It is also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. This is also a really handy way of giving the cassette a good clean. And if the float mechanism gets any debris wrapped around it, you can remove it just here. All of these now are on wheels with pull-up handle. Next we have the external barbecue point. You will see that the actual adapter itself is still actually attached with a cable tie. So for use, remove the spear just here and attach the hose of the barbecue to this rib section here with a Jubilee clip. And then this end here plugs in where my finger is, and then you'll be able to turn the gas on. To release, just push on the collar, push it towards the van, and it will then pop back out again. We then have the roll-out canopy just at the top. And here we have the step switch. The step will automatically put itself away when the ignition is turned on and the engine is started. And we then have awning light and these low LEDs just here. Diesel fill just here, cap unlocks on the ignition key, and then beneath that we then have the AdBlue fill point. Tyre pressures just on the door pillar just here. Alco air top-up suspension just here. So to top up the air suspension, just remove the dust covers, and then these are exactly the same as what you would find on a car tyre or a bicycle tyre. So these can be topped up using either a compressor, foot pump or a hand pump. Anywhere in the green is acceptable. Do not go into the red, or you may pop the actual tank, the airbags themselves. And we can, on this part here, deflate as well if required. The jack and wheel brace kit is all located underneath the passenger seat, and the vehicle battery is just in the floor of the cab, and bonnet release is just here.